What's up, you guys? Welcome to Transformation. My name is Glaude, and I lost over 160 pounds, going from obese to beast. Now, I'm on a quest to share your stories and inspire others to transform their lives. Today's guest is Ben, who has gone from one extreme to the other. Now, he hopes to be the first competitive bodybuilder who has beaten both obesity and anorexia. Welcome to Transformation. What's up, Ben? So good to have you on the show. Thank you for being here.
Oh, no doubt, man. Thank you for having me.
I'm really excited to hear a little bit more about your story, man. Did you struggle with weight your whole life?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like, I had bad eating habits, always ate too much, didn't exercise enough, so that was something I struggled for 22 years.
Were you ever bullied at all when you were a kid?
Oh, it was a constant thing. I mean, even when people didn't say something, they looked at you like you were the most terrible person in the room, you know, the typical fat jokes and things like that, especially at gym. And a lot of the times, too, some people who were mean to me, I just took away what they were looking for. They're looking to get a rise out of me, and I would, you know, they'd make fun of me, and I would just make fun of myself, you know, right back at them. And then there was no point. They couldn't really do anything at that.
What would you do to maybe cope with being bullied so much? Would you turn to food at all?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you know, I'd go home, eat my feelings away. You know, it was just a ton of food. We're talking like 4,000, 5,000, sometimes 6,000 plus calories a day. When you're a kid, you know, you eat what your parents give you. And then once I hit 16 and had a job and a car, you know, I had my own money, I could start eating more and more food. And that's where I definitely took off. And, you know, the sky was the limit.
Why did you change? What changed?
Yeah, I got really sick. I had the flu for 2 or 3 days, and I didn't eat for 2 days. To go from eating 5,000 calories every single day to not eating because I couldn't keep anything down, I honestly thought I was going to die. And by not eating for 2 days, I was like, wow, I'm still alive. And I'm like, let me see if I can keep this going. And that's when I cut out about 2,000 calories a day. And then next thing I know, 2 weeks later, I was cutting out, you know, pizza and milk, and I lost 30. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, let me cut out chips and soda for the next month. And then I lost another 30. It was just a big eye opener that I didn't have to eat that much food in order to stay alive. I could easily go by 2,000, 3,000 calories a day and lose 30 pounds a month. It was no problem.
So did you ever get to a point where you felt like you were just cutting and cutting and cutting to where you're like, okay, I'm cutting way too much stuff out now?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Because I started in September, and I didn't even notice the weight loss until I'd bought new clothes in December. And by then I'd lost about 100 pounds. And that's when a lot of people really started like noticing, like, oh my God, like you're losing a lot of weight. And then the praise started coming in. And at that moment I was like, okay, I can start cutting out more, because then people will keep, you know, giving me, you know, positive motivation and whatnot. And so then I just cut out more and more until I realized that, you know, the last 2 months of the diet, I was eating 300 calories a day, you know, really, really poor choice of nutrition habits.
Did you maybe associate the pain of being really hungry with doing a good job?
Oh yeah, like when I got down to the later parts and I would just only eat once every 24 hours, you know, morning time would be the best and the worst time of my day, because I would wake up and I would have, you know, measure out a cup of cereal and a half a cup of milk, and I would eat it, and it would be the best and worst, because I knew every bite was one less bite I had until I would get to eat 24 hours again later.
How does that happen? How did you get from that point to this point?
Since I had no experience with dieting, I didn't know when to stop. It was just like, let's keep going and see where it goes. And I was just going into completely uncharted territory. And then I started telling people that I would be able to hit 160. And that's when people really got afraid. And they were just like, look, we need to talk to you about this. Like, this isn't right, and all that. So it was one of those things of, it took other people to tell me when to stop, because I didn't know when to stop myself. And I tackled it just like I did the obesity. I realized the truth that I was suffering from anorexia, and I needed to stop. I needed to change my life again. And, you know, that's where lifting and a lot of partnerships with a lot of close people to push me in the right direction, because I'd never had any experience with resistance training or weightlifting before. So I saw what we could do with that.
So why did you choose weightlifting? What inspired you to, you know, choose that if you've never been into it before?
A lot of friends that I had, they've done it, and I was like, you know what, let's give it a shot. I'm 6'2", and everyone tells me I have a really wide build, so I was like, let's give it a shot. And you know, it took a couple months to actually understand what I was doing, because I had no idea what I was doing there whatsoever. You know, went up to people in the gym like, hey, how do you get those arms, man? Or how do you get those amazing shoulders? So I was like, you know what, this is something that I think I can definitely use to keep me on a steady plane, because I can't keep going up and I can't keep going down, but this will definitely keep me grounded.
So I'm interested to know, What would you say your current goal is now?
I definitely want to try to be the world's first competitive physique bodybuilder who's beaten both anorexia and obesity, and that's something that I think would really inspire a lot of people.
How have you changed mentally? You know, do you feel like your self-worth has improved now that you've been able to be through all of those things?
Even though I look different, I feel mentally the same. I feel amazing. I know I'm amazing, and that's all that matters to me. But initially, upon meeting someone, I'm just afraid to scare them away, that I don't really admit it.
Well, I can tell you that you will never scare anyone away, because what you've done is amazing. Like, you've done something that a lot of people don't think is possible. So if you could give one tip to somebody that is trying to go on the same journey that you've been on, what would that be?
Set goals and do your best to achieve them. If you're afraid to start a diet, or you're new to the area or whatnot, then do it with small things. See how you feel. And small things like that will add up and be like, wow, I don't have to worry about it anymore. Like, I'm actually taking care of it. And the next thing you know, you're like, well, let me just start the diet today.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. I appreciate you taking time to talk to me. I really, really appreciate it, man.
Oh, no worries, man. Thank you for having me. I do appreciate it, and I hope we can inspire a lot of people.
Awesome, man. Ben has been through some amazing things, and I feel like there's two main lessons that we can really get from this. Lesson one is that being healthy is the most important thing. Ben was losing weight, and he was losing weight really fast, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he was being healthy. And being healthy brings me into my second lesson, which is moderation. Ben went from eating 5,000 calories a day to 300 calories a day. Moderation is about finding something that's sustainable to help you stay on track for the long run. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below to see more videos like this every single week. Comment down below. Let us know what you're going through. Maybe we'll feature you on an episode just like this. I'll see you guys next week.